We have been watching our local CBS News coverage on a small plane crash in Philadelphia. It took off from northeast Philadelphia, from the airport there for Springfield, Missouri. And our station there reports that this was a private medical transport plane that went down. We know at least 2 people were on board. We're hearing reports of injuries on the ground. CBS News transportation safety expert and analyst Robert Sumwalt joins us now. He's also former chair of the National Transportation Safety Board. Robert, very early on here, we're still getting information in. What will emergency crews and investigators be doing in these first stages?
Yeah, the biggest challenge right now is to extinguish the fire and make sure that the area is safe.
We know some of the conditions. It was rainy at the time. We also know that the crash happened only minutes after takeoff. We've been hearing coverage that means that the fuel tank will have been full. What else does that tell you?
Well, you're right. It's a big fireball. And so I think that, the challenge, of course, is going to be to find any black boxes that might be on board the airplane. And they can usually survive a big inferno, but that will be a challenge, I think, initially.
Of course, our viewers will be used to hearing talk of black boxes. Why is that so significant in an investigation like this?
If it's a cockpit voice recorder, it provides the most direct evidence of what's going on inside that cockpit. So that one is key. The flight data recorder records hundreds or thousands of flight parameters. And so both of those are critical to unlocking these mysteries.
Okay, important data there. So small plane crashes, we know, are a little more common than commercial crashes. This year, there was a crash in California last week. Days earlier, a single-engine plane crash in Nevada. Why do we see this happen more frequently?
Well, there's a different standard, regulatory standard, for commercial airlines versus general aviation. General aviation is everything other than military or airlines. So the regulatory requirements are not as stringent. The maintenance requirements may not be as stringent. The pilot training requirements may not be as stringent. So that is one factor, about 3 factors right there.
Okay. Some people may be watching this. They may be feeling very disconcerted. Obviously, this happening 2 days after such a tragedy happening near Washington, D.C. What is your message to people?
Well, flying, certainly on an airline, is very, very safe. And I say that in spite of the disaster that occurred 2 nights ago. Even general aviation, like we're dealing with here in this particular crash, is pretty darn safe. But be selective about who you're flying with. If you're going out for general aviation, make sure that you know who you're flying with and that the airplane is well maintained. I think those are important factors to consider.
Anything else you think we should know here in these initial stages?
Well, it is all initial. And so usually what I've found in my 15 years at the NTSB is that whatever we hear now is probably going to be inaccurate. So just let the facts settle down a bit, and then the facts will emerge.
Robert Sumwalt, thank you so much.